and Teutopolis in Effingham County, straight south of Champaign-Urbana. That's near Effingham. The crowd is ready in the white, trimmed in gold and red. Westmont, there are your matchups. Teutopolis on the left, Westmont on the right. Dougherty in the middle at 6'5" against Zerusin at 6'6". Ball is in the air. T-Town, they call him. The wooden shoe starts with the ball. Looks like a zone to start the game for the Sentinels.
2-1-2, Frank.
Teutopolis, they call him T-Town. They go inside to Zerusin, and they're All-Staters who had 25 in the Super, knocks the first deuce in. Watch Tim Porter, a 6'3" guard. He's Mr. Everything for the Sentinels. He had 40 points in the Super Sectional. 40. G.M. Petro.
T-Town's playing a man-to-man start the ball game with.
Wiessing claimed the board. T-Town comes up, and their point guard is Todd Krager. Playing on a wing left is Hemmon. On a wing right is Ruhal, right there. Ruhal knocks in the second basket, and Teutopolis takes a 4-0 lead. They're 30-0. On the walk, Tim Porter. Watch him take the ball. Here he comes. Threw up a prayer. Rebound Teutopolis. They scooted up the court. Hemmon, stutter step, 2. A blitz of 6 by T-Town. And they set up defensively. Porter's been it all the way. He steps in this time along the baseline and is fouled. Tim Porter just going to keep the ball offensively for Westmont.
Actually, he got around him, and he had to pick him up. Durson had to pick him up. Good call.
First foul on Bob Zerusin. Zerrusen. This is Porter. Averaging 23.6 points a game, but strangely enough is only a 56% foul shooter. He'll play basketball at Lewis University. Free throw is no. 6-1, Teutopolis and the ball. The navy in gold. Ruhal steps in and stops. Had the ball slapped out of his hand. Porter comes up with it. With a left hand. Porter missed it. Foul on Porter on the rebound. Porter took the ball 90 feet, end to end, and didn't get it to go. 6 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the first period. Teutopolis leading 6-1. Krager comes out. The wooden shoe. Caught that in the camera. They just threw the ball across the way in the radio world. And pressure applied by Teutopolis. Token pressure. Porter is going to be handling the ball in the backcourt. He's 18 out of 27 from the field in the Super Section. G.M. Petro's on the baseline. Now they step inside the Met. Missed off the board. Rebound came down to Porter, and a call. Shawn Teutopolis. Give it to Ted Wiessing. Some bulk inside. Wiessing 6'6", 190. Zerusin 6'6", 180. G.M. Petro rode the rim and couldn't get it. Good rebound. Swing shot is not good. Shawn Pack got that one up. And Teutopolis, with a 6-1 lead, has the ball. Open is Hemmon. Lost it. Krager steps in. Zerusin rebound. Ball out of bounds. Teutopolis.
So frequently, Frank, the state champion or major contender has come out of that Charleston Super. And that's where Teutopolis nipped Denison. But one fan described to me last night as one of the great games they've ever seen. 75-73 T-Town win.
There's a pop from the corner that's down by Todd Krager. 8-1 Teutopolis as Krager nets it. 5:15 in the first quarter. And Westmont Sentinels need a hoop. They need to shake it up a little bit. They play a low 1-4 on offense. Give Porter a lot of room. Here he comes. Porter missed. He's been their offense so far, and he sputtered. Ruhal's free. Little ballet here in front of us. Prager, a 6-footed junior. Zarusin is the blonde roaming the paint. He's 6'6", and so is Wiessing. Prager rimmed it. Nice rebound for Zarusin, too.
Here's a bread and butter, Frank. I was talking to Crawford, Coach Crawford last night. He told me when they needed to, they go into him.
Westmont has to stop it. We're leading Teutopolis 10-1, and one of your network sponsors is Lasso. Something like their shoes are anything but wooden. 6-1 advantage in the rebounding department, 10-1 on the scoreboard with 4:35 to go in the opening quarter.
A lot of vicious rebounding in this game, Frank. Really tough off the boards on both ends.
And T-Town is having its way. Dougherty's outside, just holding the ball now. Quarter 30 has been most of the offense for Westmont. 24 is Shawn Pack. Here comes Porter to the ball.
I'm not sure Westmont wants this tempo, Frank. They've scored a lot of points this season.
Well, they're picking the tempo right now, slowing it down. Pack, real quick. He goes inside, shovels it up and in. Shawn Pack. They ran somebody other than Porter. Zarusin on the transition. Hemmen nearly walked, got it to Ruhal for a pop that goes down.
Wiessing made that play happen. A good screen for him. Real good screen by Wiessing.
12-3 at the 3:40 mark. Again, Porter's walking it up. We expected Westmont to be a little quicker tempo. Gian Petro's in the corner. They exchange the baseline men. Pack holds high. They punch it inside, intended for Dougherty, and a foul on Zarusin.
That's the second foul. It's a big call.
2 fouls on Bob Zarusin. He's their all-stater. Averages 17 points and 12.6 rebounds a game. Inside it comes. Picked up by Hemmen. Teutopolis the ball, a 9-point advantage. They haven't had much trouble yet. The Westmont didn't get here without having some weapons. Zarusin looks down the middle. Ruhal's on the wing of the right. And tries. Todd Prager, top of the key, drilled it. 14-3.
Of the 3 Westmont losses, 2 have been to AA teams. Romeoville and Downers Grove South both still in the AA firing tonight in sectional championship ball games. The only other loss was to Nazareth Academy.
They won their super sectional game by 19 points and scored 78 while doing it. Met baseline. Jeff Met, 6'4", 205. Barge going in there. 14-5. Teutopolis. Prager swirls to the right. Zarusin finds his man in the lane. It's Wiessing. A foul on the Sentinel. Goes against Shawn Pack.
Frank, this Teutopolis ball club has about as good balanced size as we've seen in a club in quite a while. It's not towering, but certainly nobody in the small category.
They go 6'3", 6'6", 6'6" across the front.
Maybe that is towering.
That's towering. Ruhal's in. A 6'2" guard rang that bell. 6 for Ruhal, 16-5. Gian Petro punches the ball into Metz again, and he was held by Ted Wiessing. So more fouls in the early part of this game than in the other. John Sodwettle looking on.
Just looking around the assembly hall, Frank, excellent crowd here this afternoon for this afternoon session. Best Friday afternoon crowd, I think, in a couple of years.
Big house. Westmont in the white, if you just joined us. Scott Dougherty there, 50. Pack is 24. They're looking for Tim Porter. They're 23.5-point man. There's Metz rolling the ball up and in. Jeff Metz has got a couple in a row inside and used his size well. 16-7. Metz is big.
T-Town is trying to deny the ball so hard in that they're overplaying on defense and letting him have the ball. By his overplaying.
Well, they've kept Porter without a field goal now, down to the 149 mark in the game's first quarter. When he scored 40, he had 10 in each quarter in that ball game against St. Anne.
You wonder if he'll press a little bit, but he's been able to do it all year long for Westmont. Ruhal at the 140 mark. There's a skip pass over the zone to Hemmen. Baseline. Yes. Theo Hemmen. 11 points, the top of the lead. Minute and a half in the first quarter. Frank McConey. along with Art Kimball and Coach Bob Dallas from the Assembly Hall. This is Porter. Slides to the baseline. Jim Petro gets it over to Metz. Takes one dribble and pops. Foul on the rebound on Porter. He's frustrated.
Second personal foul. Thing that amazes me, Frank and Bob, is how quickly Teutopolis reacts defensively out of that zone. 360-degree spin down there by, I think, Wiessing. He still reacted, made the defensive play.
They're a very sound ball club on both ends of the court. I noticed they're doing a real great job of screening for their shooters. Very good.
Sings the ball across to Ruhal. Tricky dribble, got away from his man and is held.
3 fouls on Porter.
That
Big call.
Big play. It's the third foul on 30. Tim Porter, the Westmont star, and he has to go out. He averages 23.6 points a game, and he's out in the first quarter with 3 fouls.
Actually,
they were trying to get him out, too, before the foul was committed. Putting Sherry in. He's in the ball game now, but he got in there just to tick of the clock too late.
Bang. Kevin Ruhal outside.
Hey, can he fill it up?
That's 10. It's 45 seconds. Check it, make it 8 for Ruhal, 20-7. They punch it into Metz. Now inside is Pack free. Nice offensive play. 20-9. Half a minute. Let's see if T-Town goes for one shot. Prager walks it up. That's what he says. Jerusalem comes out. They play essentially 4 corners. Jerusalem way out on the court at 6'6". Prager's the ball handler. 12 seconds. Teutopolis the ball and the lead. Wiessing inside. Bang. With 4 seconds. Westmont has time for a shot. Do they know? 2, 1, nope.
They lost count of the clock, Frank. It didn't fit.
At the end of 1 quarter, Teutopolis sparkling 22, Westmont 9. One of your network sponsors is DeKalb. Pfizer Genetics has thrown up 13 shots in the quarter and made 11, and that's the result. 22-9, the first quarter advantage.
That's pretty good shooting, Frank.
85%.
Yeah. And they've all been good shots.
Westmont, on the other hand, 4 out of 12 from the field for 33%. Rebounds 8-1 Teutopolis. So they've had it all their own way. They're in the navy blue.
Wiessing has 5 of those boards.
Big and strong. There's Jerusalem on a steal inside. They play some defense, too. Here come the wooden shoes.
Very sound ball club.
Ruhal on the right cuts the ball into the lane to Wiessing. Goes off Hemmen out of bounds to Westmont. The statistics for the first quarter, there's that sparkling 85% to 33%. Only 2 free throws tried by Westmont. Rebounding 8-1, as we pointed out. Turnovers 2-1 Teutopolis. Westmont with the ball. Pack is outside. Remember Porter, their star with 3 fouls, is out. They've got Sherry, number 20, their 6th man in his place. Got Sherry there with the ball. Here's the defense by Prager. Still out of bounds to the Sentinels. They're 28-3 on the season. John Sodwell concerned about the slow start they're off to this blistering Teutopolis team. Now Pack points.
And also with his star sitting out. Tim Porter said that was 3 fouls. Big factor.
You wonder how long they'll leave Porter out of the game. Pack steps in. Metz has been effective. Ian Petros along the baseline tries a 5-footer. Rebound is free. Dougherty went after it. Jump ball.
Good point, Frank. You know, he can't come back with Porter too early because although he's behind considerably right now, he's going to have to save him for a second half run. So Sodwell is in a little bit of a bind right now. No question about it.
He's got to hope that Teutopolis can't keep blistering the nets at the pace they're going at right now.
I guess you lean back and play good defense now and hope for the best, don't you?
Wiessing missed that one, and he got fouled. Wiessing, an Illinois State scholar, number 52. Dougherty picked up the personal. Take a look at it.
Get him right here. Right on the arm. He met in the wrist. He just let it go. That was a good call. You know, really, Wiessing has done a good job shooting that same shot. He scored some baskets already today, so I guess they're kind of looking for him as well as Zerison.
He missed the free throw. He's a 75% foul shooter, but missed that one. And no one scored in the quarter. Wiessing averages 14.2 points and 8.5 rebounds a game. Big, strong young man. Got that down. 23-9, the wooden shoes. Pass on the move to Giampetro. Good defense by Teutopolis. Jeff Metz is free. Zarusin tears it down and starts loping up the court with it. They had Wiessing. Overshot it, foul on Ruhal on a rebound. Ball came right to Ruhal, and he banged in to Shawn Pack. Foul is on Ruhal.
Wooden shoes, Frank, have to keep pace with their girls' ball club. They were runner-up last year for the state Class A championship. Lost one of the toughest games I've ever seen lost anywhere, a heartbreaker. But they've had a great girls program. Boys program has been great. First time they made it to the state finals.
Girls teams have had 3 straight Assembly Hall appearances. The wooden shoes.
Don't suppose any kidding back and forth at T-Town High School about that, do you?
Not a bit. Free throw is missed. And the crowd doesn't like.
He was right. Yep. He changed his call. That's true. He corrected himself.
That's good official. Richard Carter from Farmer City. He is a good one, and he stands, what, about 6'6", would you guess, out there?
Not going to argue with him too much.
He's one of the good ones. This is the long and short of officiating.
Zarusin inside. Nice feed from Wiessing. Zarusin knocked it down. 25-9.
They lost him back there, Frank. They had a...
There's a whistle.
Something on the floor. I was saying the long and short of officiating, gentlemen. Bob Richards, I know, let's go, what, about 5'6" in height, and Richard Carter, his running mate's about 6'5". That's a fact you couldn't have done without, isn't it, Frank?
I do know that Teutopolis, you probably could put them in a can and put the lid on, they could still score. They're at 25-9. Baseline Giampetro goes along there and gets sealed. Their defense, T-Town, has really come out hungry to play. Ball goes in the middle of Dougherty. Nice shot. Scott Dougherty. 25-11. Prager gets inside to Wiessing. Steps in, missed it. Rebounded it for 2.
They are flat out impressive, this ball club.
You can see why they haven't been beaten. Dougherty's back inside, blocked by Wiessing.
They love to run the ball out, Frank. They get down before Westmont's really not getting set up on defense.
Hemmon took it all the way to the glass, and he was fouled by Pack.
I can remember doing an interview with Jim Flynn of the IHSA about mid-season. I asked him how good T-Town was, and he says they're underrated. I said, Jim, they're number 1 in the state. He said they're still underrated. I'm beginning to believe it. Because this ball club has just put on an awesome display, as Frank and Bob have called for you, and no let-up in sight as yet.
They have come out at their street fight best and really knocked the ball in the basket. 28-11. Good shot of Theo Hemmon, a 6'3" senior.
Tim Porter's going back in the game now, Frank. With the 3 fouls.
Well, down 17. There's not much choice.
Free throw is missed and a whistle. Lane violation. Substitute throw. Coming into the game, Tim Porter there, 6'3" senior. Sherry goes out.
Bob, what does this do to you from a coaching standpoint? You've got to really change your game plan if you're Westmont, don't you?
Sure, you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. You're going to have to come out after them a little bit more. You're going to be more aggressive trying to steal the ball because naturally T-Town's going to consume a little more time, be more selective with their shooting.
5 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the first half, and now Tim Porter is going to try to rally the Sentinels. He's one guy that can do it. Pack is a 5'11" guard holding there. Metz has got good size, 6'4" and 205.
T-Town went back to a man-to-man.
Giampetro missed it. Rebound is down by Scott Dougherty. At the 5-minute mark, it's a 15-point T-Town lead. Ruhal slices the ball to Wiessing. There's Hemmon. Kicks it outside. Prager's open. Yes. Whoop, around and out. Zarusin. Bobby Zarusin makes it 30-13.
He's worked too many Bradley games this year. He thinks everything's going in.
Well, they spoil you after 85%.
I would guess. Yeah, you mean T-Town.
That's right.
Right.
Porter, in a hurry, puts it in. Tim Porter hanging in the air. He's got 3 points. And Westmont's halfway there, 30-15. Early in the game, though. Remember that. Skip pass over the zone. Essentially a 1-3-1 set defensively. Hemmon takes a step in and goes to Wiessing. Drops it. The Sentinels hit it last. DuPage County against Effingham County here in the second quarterfinal.
I suppose you've discussed at great length with Bob the fact that Ken Crawford played for him at Ridgeway.
Indeed.
The coach at Teutopolis.
Coach Dallas taking a little credit right now.
I don't blame him.
No, I didn't say that, Frank. I'll tell you after the game.
Told me he wouldn't let the kid shoot when he played for him. I know that.
Great play by Pack defensively. Here comes Shawn all the way. Missed it. Charging. Pack. The second foul on Pack. Offensive foul. See if you can see it.
Number 2 on Pack, yeah.
Good call. Very good call. Kruger set right up underneath him. Good job.
3:42 to play in the first half, and it's 30-15. And then in the navy blue with the goals have the lead, and they turn it. For Westmont will get 34. Ray Tui, 6'1" junior in. Scott Dougherty goes out. Their lineup gets shorter. Tui 6'1", Dougherty 6'5". But here's the man they need to go, Tim Porter. He'll shake move outside and frees himself. Pack fires, missed everything. 54. Met, foul on the rebound. He had the ball, but also got the foul.
Over his back.
Metz is a very physical kid.
Teutopolis has an enrollment of 356, and the community 1,400 in Effingham County, of course. There's your first ball game upcoming tonight. The smallest school ever to make it to the state finals in the state of Illinois. Huff Gym or the Assembly Hall, Ohio, against the real Cinderella ball club that was 1-22 a year ago. This year, 22-8, Decatur St. Teresa. That is a turnaround and a half, isn't it?
Zarusin has 8 in the game, and he got the friendly rim for that one. Bob Zarusin, 6'6", 180, senior.
63% field goal shooter. Some of the field goal percentages are phenomenal, Frank.
He got that one down. 32-15, a 10-point game by Zarusin. And Porter walks the ball up.
Back out to 17, duplicating their biggest margin.
Porter has to get himself on track, comes to the left. They overplay him a bit now. Giampetro lets fly. Short, rebound inside 2. Give it to Tui, 34. 32-17. Nice rebound by Tui. 2:50 in the half. Hemmon on one side, Ruhal on the other. They lob to Wiessing, up and down and home. Ted Wiessing.
Good shot, Frank. Actually, the defensive man got a hand on the ball.
I don't think the Sentinels can man-to-man this club. They've got to hope the zone will work out for them. They're just too big and too strong inside.
Very physical. Here's a near steal, but Giampetro gets free and scores. Mike Giampetro makes it 34-19 with 2:20 to play in the first half. Incredibly, Westmont is not out of the game, despite the fact that Teutopolis has shot the lights out. They've got a whole half to play.
Particularly if Porter can play the rest of his half without a score foul.
Inside, Hemmon. Nice move and got it down.
Teutopolis is a very, very good spot in the open man, Frank. Before they shoot, they really look the floor over real well.
Ball movement's outstanding.
Very good.
1:48 in the first half. Tim Porter comes to the right side. Porter frustrated now by Todd Krager. Pack gets free. Giampetro's going to try it again. That went down. It won't count. He walked. Made his second in a row, but that one didn't get count. And here's a whistle with a timeout. 1:34 on the clock, and Teutopolis is in the lead. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance. 1:34 to go in the first half of play. Teutopolis out in front of Westmont, and you know now why Teutopolis is 30-0.
I see why they're rated #1, Frank. They're showing that they're number one ball club right now. I'm very, very impressed with Teutopolis.
Remember that Westmont is the club that kind of indirectly is responsible for St. Mel not being here. St. Gregory beat St. Mel in the regionals, and Westmont beat St. Gregory.
Of course, St. Mel, the defending champion of Class A, 127, first half. Just joined us. Teutopolis in the navy blue, trimmed in gold. They have the ball and the lead. Inside with a free one. Ruhal got it down. Count it. Foul on Tui.
Everyone over defense and left him wide open.
Kevin Ruhal found himself a nice lane to the goal, and watch him take it home.
Actually, he fouled him after the shot.
Oh, look at that
Came
shot.
from the outside. Came from the outside after the shot, actually.
Open the floodgates. I'll go right through.
Yeah.
Ruhal goes for the three-point play, doesn't get that, and Westmont has the ball. 38-19, Teutopolis. Porter been very cool in the first half for Westmont. He's number 30, trying to shake free from his man. This is 23.5-point a game score. A minute now to play. Inside, Giampetro loads up, banks it in. 4 points for Giampetro. 38-21, Teutopolis. Nice ball handling by Prager. Very heady team. They see the court well. Move on offense. 40 seconds. Hemmons. Westmont's got the ball, and they're filling up the lane. Pack. He stepped in and got fouled. Pack made a nice little move. He went in the lane, and he got held. Dougherty's going to get back in for Westmont. Watch Pack.
Traeger picks up the foul.
Made a very good move on a shot. Very good. He can make him fit himself and take it right up. Get the two-shot foul.
That ball fake is hard to keep your feet on. It sure is. Free throw is missed. Pack shoots 55% at the foul line. That's not very good. Their team free throw shooting is only 60%. But they average 21 points a game more than the other team on the season. Pack puts it down. 38-22, a half a minute to play, first half. Let's see if Teutopolis will take one. They're playing the four corners. You can see LaRusin and Hemmons pull way out on top with Prager. 15 seconds. Prager split them. Hemmons got it with 10. Stolen by Pack with 7. Porter's got it. Here he comes all the way. Hangs up, puts it up. No. Rebound is to Pack. He's got it. He's good. It'll count. Yes, sir. And a glimmer of hope for Westmont as it goes in at the gun. And there's a foul on top of it. Count the basket. 38-24. And Shawn Pack is going to get himself a free throw. The foul was on Theo Hemmons. And that's exactly what Teutopolis hoped would not happen. Pack knocks in a three-point play, and all of a sudden, it's 38-25. We'll come back at the Assembly Hall in just a moment. One of you network percent. They were 4 out of 7 free throwing for 57%. 14 rebounds to 8, 6 turnovers to 5. Westmont, 11 for 27. That's a cool 41%. Only 50% at the foul line. But the big story in the game, Westmont got 4 more shots, but Teutopolis 6 more goals, and they shoot an amazing 74% to lead by 13. We'll be back in a moment. One of your 5 brews on Westmont in the first half, but that momentum, that three-point play by Shawn Pack may have some impact on the second half.
It'll be very interesting to see how much impact it has to start the second half, because it could be a big factor.
And there's the guy, Tim Porter, that Westmont will try to go to get revved back up. They've made the last 3 points in a row. Porter had the ball slip out of his hands and out of bounds, and T-Town, Teutopolis, starts with the ball.
Looks like T-Town was playing a man-to-man again then.
This is the zone set up by the Sentinels. Or maybe it's
1-3-1. I believe it's a 1-3-1.
And it's high. It's a high 1-3-1. They got him pushed way out on the court. Prager comes to the right. Hemmons steps in and netted it. Theo Hemmon.
Hemmon saw that shot coming, just big for the basketball. Coming off the wing, he knew he could get inside of it and hit the easy jump.
That's 9 for Hemmon, a 15-point lead for Teutopolis. Westmont needs momentum.
Now, Teton's in a 1-2-2 zone now.
And look at Porter's gone into the low block. Porter, a 6'3" guard, has gone to play low. Ian Petro sends the ball to Dougherty, but intercepted by Zarusin. The ball goes over to Teutopolis. Teutopolis plays with a lot of authority.
Teutopolis is very, very good defensive ball club. They anticipate very, very well.
Ken Crawford's got a solid outfit. 5 years, 103 wins, 37 losses. Zarusin has it tipped away, but he's getting it back, and Wiessing's inside. Double dribble, I think. That's it.
They even make the shots that are negated by a violation. That ball bounced through.
There haven't been many halves in state tournament basketball where a team shot 74%. But we just saw one. (40-25) Teutopolis because of that blistering shooting. They just scorched the place. Ian Petro goes to the baseline. Steals. Double teamed and stripped. Good defensive. That was a clinic on stealing off the baseline by Zarusin and Ruhal. Teutopolis pushes the ball up and travels.
Do I dare go back on my memory, Frank? 1968, DeKalb shot 78% in the second half. They come from behind and beat LaSalle Peru.
Wow. Look at this defense.
No place to go. No, couldn't even get rid of the ball.
Just
It was a beautiful defensive move.
Porter wheels around a man, goes all the way in, is rejected by Zarusin. He just, Porter cut on a dime, couldn't get the shot off. They go inside Dougherty. His turnaround is rejected by Wiessing. And Teutopolis makes 2 defensive plays and owns the ball on a 15-point lead. 6 minutes in the third quarter. Teutopolis has had it much its own way. Zarusin steps in for 2. Wiessing at 6'6", looked right down the key to the other 6'6" guy, Bob Zarusin. He banged it in.
And Randy Feller, the coach of Houston East Lynn, taking a lot of notes right now. Somewhere here in the Assembly Hall. They won over Winchester this afternoon in the first ball game.
Shawn Pack leans in, and he got it to roll off. That might have counted. Shawn Pack made the 3-point play to end the first half.
He would have counted. It was in a continuation move. Where to go.
Fouls on Ruhal, 42.
Now went to Theo Hemmon.
Okay, it follows on Hemmon. They get 24. And now Pack shoots 2. He's a 55% foul shooter. One of Westmont's Achilles heels, foul shooting. They have a referendum coming up March 17th. The school will eliminate their sports if it fails. They had one last year that failed, and they cut the 6th grade JV games and lower-level tournaments this year. So Pack got that in, 42-27, Teutopolis. Prager whips the ball to Zarusin. He's in and fouled. Zarusin caught the ball nicely, beat his man to the baseline, and got held. Scott Dougherty fouled him. Teutopolis seems not to have a weakness. They handle the ball, they play defense, they shoot it. They've got size. Zarusin punches it in. 43-27. Nice-looking young man. 6'6" and 180. Missed that. Rebound, Tim Porter. Here comes Porter.
He carried the ball. He got it hung on his hip as he started to pass, and it was a good call.
Westmont's going to want to stop it. It's timeout by the Sentinels. 5:22 to play. Teutopolis in the lead. And one of your network sponsors is DeKalb Pfizer Genetics. And their defense has played just as big a part as their offense in this lead so far. Look at the work by Bob Zarusin. Not today, he says, as Westmont takes the ball inside. 43-27 with 5:22 in the third quarter. Westmont's got to get hot.
Well, the next time down, right after that block by Zarusin, Wiessing blocked another one, right? Just like that.
You're looking at Todd Krager, the point guard of the Wooden Shoes. Westmont's just looking at a team that's scorching hot. Ball tried to go inside, kicked away by Jeff Metz. Remember, Westmont averages 73 points plus a game, so they're capable of scoring. Ruhal's open, steps in. Missed, but Zaruzin didn't. How's that for a rebound from the outside? Pick it off. And
Beautiful timing on that, Frank. The timing was a big factor to keep him from fouling the man.
15 for Zaruzin. Now Metz barges his way in and has it tipped away.
By Zaruzin again, yeah.
A lot of long arms in there for Teutopolis. 4:38 in the quarter. There's a whistle. A lot of calls now. Relatively foul-free first game and quite a few fouls in this one. Speed. That one's called on 14. Todd Krager. Foul number 2 on Krager. Don't forget tonight. Another pair of games coming up in the quarterfinals. Here's Metz free. Got it down. Nice play. Jeff Metz ran through the lane for 2. 45-29. T-Town with the ball. Krager takes good care of it. Krager, the guy who made 2 free throws. Here's a shot by Zaruzin again. Krager made 2 free throws with 26 seconds left to win that super against Venice. 47-29, 17 by Zaruzin. Porter, he can shoot that shot. Jim Petro's baseline. He tried. Bad percentage shot, rebounded by Teutopolis.
18-point lead, the biggest T-Town lead in the ballgame. They could increase it this trip.
Westmont's only scored 4 points in this quarter. Big and strong. Here's a skip pass over the zone. Teutopolis will have it. Tonight's second game will be the Boilermakers of Kewanee, 27-3 against West Frankfort's Redbirds, 19-9. And guess who coaches West Frankfort? David Lee, who took McLeansboro to an unbeaten state championship.
Just 2 years ago.
He beat McLeansboro in the regional this year. Here's a whistle and a foul on Jeff Metz for the Sentinels.
First coach ever to bring 2 different Class A teams to the Assembly Hall for the Elite 8 round.
Quite a feat.
David Lee.
Teutopolis will have the ball. 3:27 in the third. They have an 18-point lead. Even Westmont has played good defense, Teutopolis has stuck the tough shot. Hemmons is free. Theo Hemmon along the left baseline.
He did a tremendous job finding the open man, Frank. They're just exceptionally good at that.
They've got a 20-point lead to show for it and a foul on Ruhal. That's one thing Ken Crawford doesn't want now is his team to foul.
And their shots are very high percentage shots. I can see why they're shooting 75%.
Does Crawford use your old Ridgeway offense, Bob? Is that something you learned from Uri?
Well,
Picked that up somewhere else.
I never had that many good players at one time.
Yeah, you have. On a couple of occasions.
3:09 to play in the third. Westmont in the white. Shawn pass. Sends it inside to Dougherty and out of bounds to Teutopolis. And you got to feel the frustration Westmont must be going through. Fight and fight to get to this point, and then they run into a near perfect game played by Teutopolis. Here's the tip in by Wiessing. They got Zaruzin to miss one, but Wiessing also at 6'6" knocked it in. 51-29. Quite a show by T-Town. In the Dougherty, stolen by Zaruzin. Teutopolis all over the ball. Wiessing is free. Ruhal for 2. Kevin Ruhal. And Teutopolis is shooting the lights out.
They're putting a clinic on right now.
A dozen for Ruhal. They can throw the basketball in a milk bottle the way they're shooting. 53-29, and this is a good Westmont team.
really is. You have to think Hoopson didn't feel they played all that well today in beating Winchester. I talked to Randy Feller briefly. Teton is obviously playing very well. So,
boys, they really have played a game.
barring a miracle comeback here by Westmont, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Jim Petro is chopped down by Ted Wiessing.
I don't think that Coach Crawford liked that foul either, because that was not a good shot that he was taking and falling away. A very poor percentage shot.
Third foul on Wiessing.
I think it's incredible. Tim Porter has scored 40 points in the Super and is averaging almost 24 a game, has 1 field goal. Just doesn't have the ball that much.
Free throw is no by Jim Petro. I wonder if Teutopolis holds this big lead, whether Ken Crawford will give some of his players the fourth quarter off, or at least in part, get a rest.
I don't know. Ask his old high school coach. Did you do that, Bob?
You know, you don't get up here very often. You don't want to take any chances.
Under 2 minutes in the third quarter, I should have asked. Traeger gets free. Don't take any chances. Or any prisoners.
That's right.
Wiessing inside is fouled by Scott Dougherty. At the end of the quarter, it was 22-9. At the end of the half, 38-25. And now, 53-30 is Teutopolis' lead.
I think, Frank, you may have stated it about as well as could be stated. Situation that Westmont is playing their hearts out and really getting pretty good defensive position, and Teutopolis is just sticking the tough shots. You have to do that to shoot around 80% in the ballgame, of course.
Wiessing had 19 in the Super. He dropped that one. That's 10 for Wiessing in this game. Solid team. 1:47 to play in the third quarter. That's short. Jerusalem tears at it. Westmont has it. Shawn Pack, tough little scrapper. 5'11", comes out of there with it.
Think how close Teutopolis was to not making it here.
There's the shot by Pack. No. Rebound Metz. No. Dougherty's going to try. Line shot, and that didn't go down. Pack. That's 4 tries. Metz. Yes. Perseverance.
That's what you call offensive rebounding. 5 cracks at it.
Yeah, it also cuts down your percentage, your shooting percentage.
Considerably. In a hurry.
Archie made a good point. You got to give Venice a lot of credit. They must have a whale of a team.
You must.
They played 75-73 game against Teutopolis at Charleston. 1 minute now in the third quarter. Traeger.
Beautiful move. That was a
Hello.
That's a great move.
That's 6 for Traeger with 50 seconds. Jim Petro's on the baseline. He fires. Bad percentage shot. Rebound comes down to Pack. Pack adjusts in the air to Dougherty. He is blocked and fouled by Wiessing, his 4th.
I definitely didn't like that call. He didn't like that either. I'm sure Coach Crawford was about ready to jerk him out of the game on that. Because he's, you know, really, you still got a quarter to play.
Quarter and 39 seconds, so Wiessing will come out there. And checking into the game, 34, Jeff Hardy, 6'1" junior. Jeff Hardick comes in. H-A-R-D-I-E-K there. Dougherty missed the free throw. Short. 56-32 Teutopolis. Going after 31 in a row.
Has Tim Porter had a shot this quarter, Frank?
I don't think
he has.
Dougherty's free throw is down. 39 seconds to go.
A moment ago, we saw John Sodwittle on the Westmont bench. Almost a look of resignation. What can you do in a situation like this?
Reflect on a great year. The Rusins outside, 25 seconds. Teutopolis runs their offense. Hardy, right there, 34, new into the game. 4-corner, essentially. Traeger with 14 seconds. Nice move by Traeger. He's in the paint. Missed it. Going to give Westmont a try on the other end. Jim Petro's going to go all the way for a layup, but he missed. And he missed it with 3 seconds and a foul on Pack. And that's when you know it's not your day.
If you follow this play, though, they had a man wide open on the goal. All you had to do is pass the ball off. He had a sure layup. No opposition.
Well, this figured to be perhaps one of the closest games in the quarterfinal round of the tournament. The hoops that East Lynn went over Winchester was close until the last 3 minutes. Very close.
Very.
Now, what's going to happen tonight? We'll wait and see.
Zarusin fires one up from 50 feet, and that's the end of 3 quarters of play, with Teutopolis in the lead, 56-33. Back with the fourth quarter. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies. The Westmont Sentinels are down 56-33, but they've been battlers all day. They've battled Teutopolis' great shooting percentage of 74%, and they've also battled on the boards. Watch them go to the glass.
I think they had 6 rebounds there.
That was Metz. Here comes Dougherty this time. Still look at him bang. Another try. Stay with it, guys. There's Metz.
Now he gets it here. It was just a great work there. I mean, it was just a tremendous effort to come up with one basket.
That flurry tied the rebounding in the game at 19-19, but the shooting is 32% for Westmont and 74% for Teutopolis, who leads in the fourth quarter. Frank Massoni, Art Kimball, and Coach Bob Dallas from the Assembly Hall. Hardick is blocked downstairs by the Sentinels. He's got it back. It's on the floor, and so is he. At third quarter stats, there's your shooting percentage. 25 of 34, that's 74%. 6 of 11 free throws for Teutopolis. 19 rebounds apiece. 11 turnovers for Westmont to 8 for Teutopolis. 33% shooting for Westmont, 13 of 40. 7 for 12 foul shooting. So the shooting's the answer. Metz banged one off the window. Jeff Metz, 56-35. Metz with 10. Krager, fancy with the ball. Splits 2 men. Blocking foul. Todd Krager, a 6-foot junior, handles the ball nicely. And the foul went against Ray Toohey. Krager's a 79% free throw shooter. Very good. All string music that time. 57-35. 7 points for Krager.
They're not a bad free throw shooting team, Frank, although not sensational. 69% at the line. A lot of teams would like to have that, though.
He made a pair just like he did in the Super, but this time it's 58-35. Teutopolis averages 71, but they only give up 46 points a game defensively. Giampetro missed his shot. Rebound Hardick. Teutopolis runs the court. There's a bad pass out of bounds to Westmont. With 7:01 to go, Westmont has 35, and they need 11 to get the 46 that Teutopolis gives up. T-Town averages 71. They've already got 58. They've had themselves some first game in the state tournament. There's a 5-second count, and that's a turnover. It'll go to Teutopolis. That is not a jump ball. That is a turnover. And I think that's the way the call should be.
I do too.
Sometimes you, if it would have been that time Westmont's possession, you would have lost in playing your good defense. There's the pass whipped across the lane. Coach Bob Dallas, I want you to think about something as we do these high school tournaments. A couple of the coaches through the years have talked about 16-minute halves for high school basketball instead of 8-minute quarters. Do you like that idea or not?
No, I believe I prefer to keep it as it is.
And as it is Teutopolis banging in another one. Inside that time, Hardick got it down. And everyone's getting in on the act. Look at this. Hardick held the rim, and the junior put it down.
Got him real good there.
Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be on at 11 and again at 6 as we crown the 1986 Class A state champion. Hardick put it in. The three-point play makes it 61-35. All Teutopolis. Porter fell down. I don't think he gave up the dribble.
No, he never did.
He fell, but he kept dribbling, but the official saw it the other way.
When things go bad, they go bad, Frank.
Porter,
Really, I don't think he ever lost control of the ball.
Take a look at it.
True. See, you never lost control of the ball.
Okay, back to live action. A steal by Westmont. Pack hustles it up. He pulls up. And a whistle. A foul on Teutopolis. A lot of whistles. That was on Krager of the Wooden Shoes. The ordinary footgear of the pioneer settlers in the area of Teutopolis was wooden shoes, hence the nickname. Now Dougherty, 50, checks back in, and Tim Porter goes out. And this game can't take away from the fact that Porter had a brilliant season, averaged 23.6 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. He had Wiessing back into the game. Hardick goes out. No, ironically, Dave Bush for Hoopson had a poor opening game, and so did Tim Porter of Westmont. Those things happen.
I was just saying the same thing. The one person we were really looking forward to start watching shoot his normal average was Tim Porter, and he has one basket. And Dave Bush, we all know, can play. Did not play offensively as well.
Pack rolled both ends, but probably without Porter, they don't get here.
That's true.
He had 40 in the Super, for example. 61-37 Teutopolis, 6 minutes and 4 seconds and a whistle. And the whistles are coming fast and furiously.
Ball bounced off and hit Bob Richards, the official from Danville, the side of the noggin, but Bob just shook it off. He's okay.
Now a timeout by Westmont. 6:04 to play in the game, and we'll be right back. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Illinois. About our first game tomorrow, Teutopolis, with this victory, will be 31-0 against Hoopson East Lynn, 31-1. 62-1. Not a bad matchup.
26-game winning streak now for Hoopson, and what is it for Teutopolis? We know of 30 this year. I guess that's it. Last loss is in tournament play a year ago.
Todd Krager will go to the line. Let's look at him. 6 minutes and 4 seconds to play in this game. Westmont's won 28 out of 31 games before today. Free throw is down. Westmont lost only to Nazareth Academy, Romeoville, and Downers South.
As we said earlier, 2 of those 3 are double-A schools still alive in the double-A tournament.
Krager missed, and Metz rebound. Westmont still hustling. Get the ball to Dougherty on the right wing. How active the zone is for T-Town. Zarusin snaps at the ball. Look at him steal that ball, double team the ball. Tui gets inside. Rebound Zarusin. Good, strong rebounder. He dropped it.
Well, Frank, he could have gone and picked it up, but he tried to dribble it out of his to get possession. And he just picked it up.
It's Westmont's ball, but Zarusin made about 5 things happen before they got possession of it. Got long arms, hasn't he?
And he's very active.
Very agile also.
What impressed me about it is real good timing. Yeah. The timing is tremendous.
5:35 to play. 62-37. Porter. Tim Porter. 5 for Porter in the game. He's about almost 20 shy of his average now. He's the kind of a guy that can hit 5, 6, 7 shots in a row. Theo Hemmen comes to the left. Teutopolis going to be content to be a little patient. They've got the big lead in the ball. Big rooting section here in Effingham County. There's Zarusin inside. Oh, see how he sees the court. Ruhall's open. Yep. Kevin Ruhall. That's 64-39. 14 for Ruhall. Dougherty's in the right corner. Porter posts up. Dougherty didn't see him leave. Bounced the ball away.
You know, this Todd Kruger played a tremendous ball game today. He's been on top of everything, handling the ball and defensively as well.
He's only 16 years old, and he's the quarterback of this team. He handles the ball most of the time on offense, and he very seldom turns the ball over. Now he comes into the paint. Look at that. Shot is up and no good. Kept alive for a moment. Dougherty comes up the court with it. Now to Porter. Porter goes all the way. Porter rebounds, steps in, missed, and is fouled. Tim Porter has had a frustrating game. There's 20, Scott Sherry into the game for the Sentinels.
Fouls on Zareth here.
That's Porter. Won't go down.
If Zareth goes over the top and foul.
Porter 6'3" and 180. Missed.
Wow, there's a little traveling there.
A little traveling music. At the 4-minute mark now, Teutopolis back with the ball. 64-39. They've had all their own way. Drew Hall open. Westmont picks it up. Pack played well for Westmont, played hard. Porter slaps it into Metz. He's a strong guy. Missed it. Looked like there might have been some contact there, Bob.
Wiessing is really working hard in there to have 4 fouls on him. He's doing a good job.
There's Prager calling out the play. 3.5 to play in the game. Teutopolis, a very impressive basketball team. They take Zarusin at 6'6" and put him way out on the court. Nice. Now they bring him inside and post him up. Run the clock to 3:13. Drew Hall looks inside. Look at the ball movement. This is Zarusin. He's blocked and fouled.
Well, what their intent was to isolate Zareth on that one side, and they did. They got the job done. They're very good. They're doing pretty well what they want to do, Frank. And of course, you can do that when you're leading the 30 also.
Execution. Now Porter goes out. Brilliant season.
Metz is just fouled out.
Metz has gone on fouls. Jeff Metz, the 6'4" senior. He was a 10-plus rebound per game man on the season, and there you see his dejection. All-stater Bob Zarusin. He knows what to do with it. 65-39 is why the Westmont bench looks down and long.
Zarusin's at 18 points, right around his average, a shade over. Now he's at 19.
And Westmont comes back. Liam Petro's open, and he missed. And the rebound comes down to Rue Hall and a foul on the Sentinels. And it's one of those days for Westmont. They can't buy a bucket, and Teutopolis has turned everything to gold.
And they haven't played that poorly, Frank. That's the thing that is really frustrating for John Sodwoodle and his kids. They just have been in a situation where they've hit Teutopolis, the top-ranked team in the state, having an excellent, just an outstanding day against them.
Now there's a timeout on the court. 2:54 to play in the game. And we'll be back in just a minute.
BNC TV indicator has the lowest price.
Teutopolis in the Navy, 66, and Westmont 39. From 1981-82 to 84-85, the Sentinels were 28-2, 27-2, 23-5, 25-6. Couldn't get past the sectionals. Providence St. Mel eliminated them twice. This year, they get to the big hall. But unfortunately, run into number 1, Teutopolis, at the top of their game. Free throw down by Kevin Ruhal, and that makes it 67-39 with 2:54 left to play. And now the Sentinels come up.
Boy, Bob, it shows how important a fast start is, doesn't it, this ball game?
Yeah, it sure does. They're out, what, 10-1, I believe, before they ever scored a field goal. And, you know, you get out like that, you give yourself a little more freedom when you go up and shoot. You think, well, you know, I can shoot this shot and take a little more.
Hilly picked up that foul, and it was 22-9 in the quarter, and that kind of typifies things.
Teutopolis gets Drew Hall out and 10 Craig Pals in the game. Philly is 22. 10 is Pals in for Teutopolis. Yeah, that early jump does, it gives you the confidence. takes the butterflies away. Now Krager is going to come out to a nice hand.
He's had an excellent ball game, huh?
Dennis Ruhal is going to come on, 5'11" senior, number 20. Shawn Pack. He's worked really hard out there today. 68-41. 2:40 to play. Dennis Ruhal in the back is stripped by Pack. Nice play to Giampetro, who goes into the lane for 2. Nice play by Pack. Give him credit. 2.5 to go. Giampetro got the basket. Craig Pals with the ball. Dennis Ruhal gets inside for 2. Dean Hilly. There's a thrill for Dean. Good-sized young man, 6'4", 195. Made it 70-43. Giampetro lets it fly. Bad angle, knocked it down. Now the pressure by Westmont. We're at the 2-minute mark. Teutopolis protecting its perfect record and has done so successfully. Still have Wiessing still in the game. They go inside to Hilly. He's got another one. Dean Hilly having some fun now. 4 of the quickest points you'll ever see. 32, Mike Donaldson comes in for Teutopolis. And Ray Toohey is going to return for Westmont. 32, Mike Donaldson there for Teutopolis. Wiessing goes out. 1:47 left. Playing in the Assembly Hall in the state tournament. A dream come true for many young people. Porter. 1:35 left. Porter is free, and he just can't get it. Giampetro rebounds. He missed. Point blank. Next rebound comes over to Tim Smith of T-Town. He needs help. We got a man on the other end. Guess who? Hilly again. He's got 6 with 1:12 to go.
Instant offense, Frank.
We've had 4 guys check into us here, too. 74-45, 1 minute, 5 seconds. There's Porter down low. Is blocked. Jump ball.
Very good block by him. Very good block. Jump ball.
Real quickly for Teutopolis, their starting 5. 19 for Zerusin, 16 for Ruhal. Heeman had 11. Wiessing had 10, 9 for Krager. Pretty good balance.
And a tough day for Tim Porter, kind of typified by that. The block from behind. And his senior year ends on a sour note, but after a great, great year. 1 minute in the game. Dennis Ruhal comes barging down, finds Hilly. He missed that one. Got it blocked, but he knew what to do with it. On the other end, Steve Swoboda, 32. Finds Jeff Betzel, who's in the game now. That's Sherry. Betzel track it down. He's going to get one off. Nope, not that way. Rebound comes over to Teutopolis and a whistle. Timeout, Teutopolis with 33 seconds to play. We're going to come back in a moment. One of your network sponsors is Goya Sala. That's all that remains as Teutopolis has the basketball in the lead over Westmont. Hoops in East Lynn won our first game, 51-38 over Winchester. Here's the shot rolling in by Craig Pals, and Teutopolis is on fire no matter who's got it. Rich DeMeyer is in for Westmont. 17 seconds now. The countdown goes here. Here's the shot of around and out. No good by Westmont. Rebound the T-Towners. On the rush. Shot is up and no good. Rebound is up by Rich Hartke. He's got another one. And that's it. That's the ball game. The final score. Teutopolis 76 and Westmont 45.